There are big showdowns across the NFL in Week 7, so we're going to pick the winner for every game today on the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast.
You are Locked On NFL Scouting with the Draft Dudes, your daily podcast for NFL and college football scouting. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's better than this? It's guys being dudes here on the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast. We're the Draft Dudes. I'm Joe Marino from Locked On Bills. He's Kyle Crabbs from Locked On Dolphins. And we are your NFL experts here with you daily to talk team building across the league on the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast with the Draft Dudes, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Want to issue a big thank you, shout out, and welcome to our everydayers. Those of you who never miss a single episode, we appreciate y'all being here very, very much. Today's episode is sponsored by Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code LOCKEDONNFL. That'll get you $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup.
Joe, happy calm before the storm in Week 7, where we get the barn burner of Pittsburgh versus Cincinnati to get things rolling. A little fired up for a little NFL action tonight.
Hey, division game,
Ready.
Short week, the lesser teams at home. We just watched the Eagles. Or who was it on Thursday night? We just watched this game.
The Giants-Eagles.
It was the Giants and Eagles. Giants won the game.
The vibes in New York are a little different than the vibes in Cincinnati right now.
They got Joe Flacco, and Mike Tomlin's very upset about that.
He is. Mike Tomlin's very upset about it. So
very upset about that.
We'll pick this game, and we'll pick the spread against this game for everybody keeping score at home. We do pick 'em. Joe and I, we preview the game. We try to give a little analysis of each game with a pick. And then the show, based off the roster power rankings that we did all throughout the summer, where all the players got categorized. I think we made a false promise that we were going to do a reclassification of some incomplete evaluations on this show last week. Said we were going to do that this week, and then that didn't happen.
Okay, we'll do it next week. We had the trade stuff to get into, and
we'll do it next week until we get more trades on Monday next week.
Right. Right, Jalen Waddle to the Bills for a 2 and a 5, right?
FanDuel, I love you, but kick rocks. Absolutely not. That cannot happen.
I see no reason why that trade wouldn't happen, honestly. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Who says no? Me. I say no. I'll go burn.
Hey, you don't have to give the impressions back, baby. You don't have to. You don't have to.
We have the roster power rankings effort that we did all summer to kind of set our expectations for who the players are on all the teams. There's a formula that comes with that. That picks against the spread. The spreads are provided by FanDuel. There are 2 teams on bye this week, the Baltimore Ravens, the Buffalo Bills. We have 15 games to pick, starting with Pittsburgh and Cincinnati on Thursday night. Pittsburgh winning the games they're supposed to. It doesn't always look super pretty, but they're winning the games they're supposed to. This is a game they are supposed to win. I'm going to pick the Steelers to win tonight.
I am picking the Steelers to win, but I might think the Bengals cover that.
Oh, the show does not think the Bengals cover.
I've seen some of these metrics with Aaron Rodgers and like depth of target and time to throw. It's like
it's very low stress quarterback play.
Low event, to use a hockey term. It's low event quarterbacking. You know,
right? A lot of time spent between the blue lines, right? But that formula, if it works for now, and with their schedule and what they have a second place schedule, but it's turned out from a strength of schedule standpoint to not be super intimidating. Like they're going to win enough games to be in position. And if Baltimore has any slip ups the rest of the way with the hole that they've dug themselves in, it's probably going to be enough for some home playoff games and let the chips fall where they may.
Jeez.
Right?
So the 5 seed is going to go to Pittsburgh and be like, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm picking Steelers, by the way. Yeah.
The show likes Pittsburgh to cover the 5.5 point spread. So that's our game tonight, and we continue to be spoiled by these 9:30 kicks.
I like this one.
There have been some rough ones. Last week's might take the cake for rough. But
wasn't it so beautifully disgusting? You know what I mean? Like disgustingly beautiful. It's like a defensive struggle. You're like, I wonder if Fields can throw the ball in the forward manner.
Struggle? Or was it just like, and that's not to take anything away from Denver's defense, but there was just an ineptitude.
Yeah, but it was beautifully disgusting, and I enjoyed watching it.
Well, this one should not be beautifully disgusting. because we have the Rams and Jaguars. Both of these teams are 4-2.
Yeah.
If memory serves me correctly.
That's right. Yep.
So 2 4-2 football teams. Liam Cohen trying to get things rolling against what? I mean, he was on that coaching staff for a hot minute.
Yeah, he's got the secrets, man.
So maybe he has the secrets. Matchup wise,
I don't think Puka's playing.
So that's a problem for me.
That's a problem. I also feel pretty good about the Rams defense and the challenges that they can present for Trevor Lawrence, a high variance quarterback.
All right. So I think Liam Cohen's a very good play caller, but I think Sean McVay is a better play caller. I think Matthew Stafford's the better quarterback out of the two teams. Jacksonville's defense, very fun, very aggressive. Awesome job taking the ball away. Does Matthew Stafford navigate those challenges as a non-mobile quarterback better than how the Jaguars navigate a very disruptive front four? And Sean Dolak playing out of his mind at linebacker.
Kyle, I'm in on the Rams.
I think I'm going to take Jacksonville.
I think Jacksonville's been a team where you and I have been on the other side of their games so many times. Literally the last 2 weeks.
I was going to say last week I had Jacksonville against Seattle. Last week, the week before that, I had Jacksonville over Kansas City, and you had vice versa. And then we both picked them to beat the 49ers. We both picked them to lose to the Texans. We both picked them to lose to the Bengals. And we both picked them to beat the Panthers. So, yeah, this is becoming a budding rivalry for us. I might as well lean into the bit.
Well, you were on the wrong side of it this week, but you were on the right side of it 2 weeks ago.
Right.
It's the rubber match.
Just get leery with no Puka Nacua.
I hear you. I'm nervous about it, man. I really am.
I do think Jacksonville's going to have the ability to run the football.
My Rams. I'm part of the Ramley.
I'm what? Duval? Put me in Duval?
Yeah, you are, man.
The show likes the Rams to cover -3.
I forgot that James Gladstone is Les Snead's protege, right? Like this is a big one, and this is I'm excited about this one. I'm gonna have to skip church. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna tell my wife.
Go on Saturday.
We are going Friday night to an event. I think that's it. I'm good.
There you go.
I'm good.
Say, hey, I went this weekend. I spent my time. Our first 1 o'clock game, Philadelphia playing. Who knows who's playing quarterback
for the Eagles?
No, for Minnesota.
Oh, I was gonna say, wait. I didn't know anything there.
Scientists might not even know who's playing quarterback for Minnesota. The Vikings are 2.5-point home dogs against the Eagles.
This is such a hard game. I mean, the Eagles' rushing metrics are deplorable. Like they have the highest percentage of runs that go for like less than 3 yards.
I find that very difficult to believe that they have more percentage of negligible gain runs or minus runs than the Miami Dolphins do.
Oh, well, by the end of the show, I'll give you that data.
Please
do. And I don't know, the Eagles defense is kind of showing some warts. I don't think their pass rush is where it needs to be. But I mean, yeah, I'm concerned about a lot of things with Minnesota. They are coming off the bye. I think a lot of Kevin O'Connell. They're at home. This is a pressure defense for Minnesota against Jalen Hurts, who's back to his issues of knowing when he's hot.
That's probably the thing that most gives me a pull towards Minnesota is that matchup with their defense against how frustrating the Eagles' offense has been as of late. Do you remember, was it these two teams played last year, right? And like Jalen Hurts didn't know which way was up. Am I remembering that correctly?
Sounds like that's
or was it 23?
I'm going to 24. So the Super Bowl champion Eagles, did they play Minnesota? I don't think they did.
So it was in 2023. They played early in the season on a Thursday. And you remember the Eagles had like 5 yards at halftime?
Yeah, Minnesota won that.
They did engage 8 or drop 8 every other. Like they mugged everybody up on line of scrimmage. And then like the Eagles sorted it out. They had an explosive play. They had a 63-yard touchdown in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think you're right about this.
The first
it was 13-7.
game,
Yeah, 13-7 the first half, and then the score finishes 34-28.
So Hurts was sacked 4 times, had 193 yards on 23 pass attempts, and about a third of those yards came on 1 completion. It was, I remember we had the conversation on the show, is Brian Flores either dropped 8 or engaged 8 on on Hurts on every play. They figured it out, but that home run hitting ability with Philadelphia is not present right now. I mean, they're 24th in the league in net yards per attempt, and they're 28th in the league in yards per carry.
If Carson Wentz starts at quarterback, I'm picking Minnesota. If it's J.J. McCarthy, I'm picking Philadelphia.
Wow.
Can I do that? Is that cool?
Yeah, but I'm going to do that too because I kind of I'm picking Philly. Right now I'm picking Philly.
God, I don't like being different on you for that one. All right.
Joe likes the Eagles to cover the spread.
We will get to the rest of the games, and I have the information that is going to surprise Kyle Crabbs here on rushing production. Stick with us. If you're still overpaying for wireless, it's time to say yes to saying no. At Mint Mobile, their favorite word is no. No contracts, no monthly bills, no overages, no hidden fees, no BS. I said yes to making the switch and getting premium wireless for just $15 a month. Mint makes it really simple. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can even bring your own phone and keep your number and contacts. I love that you're getting the same quality service you had before, but for a fraction of the price. The setup is super easy. You keep your number, and then you're running in minutes. Ready to say yes to saying no? Make the switch to mintmobile.com/LockedOnNFL. That's mintmobile.com/LockedOnNFL. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 a month. Limited time new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. Nobody likes paying rent, but if you must, you might as well get something for it. That's where Built comes in. Built is changing the game by turning your rent payments into real rewards you can actually use. When you pay your rent through Built, you earn flexible points that can be redeemed toward hundreds of hotels and airlines, a future rent payment, your next Lyft ride, and so much more. But Built isn't just about rent. It's about rewarding you around your entire neighborhood. I love that with Built, your rent finally works for you. You're earning points every month on something you already are paying for. So turn your rent into rewards and start earning points around your neighborhood by going to joinbuilt.com/LockedOnNFL. That's JOINBILT.com/LockedOnNFL. Make sure to use that link so they know we sent you. All right, here's the data.
Yeah.
Runs that go for the percentage of runs that go for 3 or more yards.
3 or more or 3 or fewer?
It doesn't, however you want to phrase it.
Okay.
The Philadelphia Eagles are dead last in the NFL in percentage of runs that gain 3 yards or more, 50%. So half of the Eagles' runs go for less than 3 yards. Your Miami Dolphins are 14th. 57.6% of runs go for 3 or more yards.
Yeah, but those ones that don't go for 3 yards go for like -5 yards. I wonder if I feel like that being a volume stat is probably skewed by the tush push, huh?
I think so. But also, that's still very low, man.
Mm-hmm. It is, especially for what Saquon Barkley was last year. Right? The marquee home run hitter, and felt like he had 3 a game. And then got tackled inside the 1 yard line so that Jalen Hurts could get rushing touchdowns.
If I can just make a quick jab here on this data point, the number one team is the Bills. 64% of runs go for 3 or more yards. That's number 1 in the NFL. Maybe you do that against the smallest front in the NFL. in the Atlanta Falcons a little bit more. But Raiders, Chiefs.
Chiefs favored at home by 11.5 points.
Chiefs are winning the game. My only concern here is I have to pick the winner. The Chiefs are winning this game. I don't think the Raiders have a single answer that excites me about them getting an upset, other than it's a division game. But I don't know if it matters. It's the biggest first game of Carroll.
The biggest question for the Raiders here is Jacoby Myers going to be on the team when they play the game?
He shouldn't play in this game regardless. They need to trade him. Like, make that trade.
Yeah, if you have something of like reasonable offer,
make the deal.
The show likes what is in Kansas City.
Yeah,
the show likes the Chiefs by 12.5, which I don't like. I would not touch this with a real.
No.
Bet these double-digit spreads are.
Rice is back. Come on, dude.
Right. You feel like maybe they score some points, but I don't know. Like, does Geno Smith just stop throwing interceptions spontaneously to the team?
Be helpful for the Raiders.
The Bears, 5.5 point. The hot Chicago Bears.
Their script doesn't make a lot of sense, but yeah, they're 3-2.
Just beat the Commanders in Washington, avenged last year's Hail Mary loss. The win before that was against the Raiders. The win before that was against the Cowboys. They're another team that you and I have not agreed on. You've been hating on the Bears.
Right.
You didn't pick them to beat the Cowboys. You didn't pick them to beat the Commanders. So are you going to pick them?
Yes, I am. I'm picking them at home to beat the Saints, so watch the Saints win.
Well, we will go down with the ship together because I'm also picking the Bears to win this football game. Little worried about Dennis Allen's defense from a Saints perspective and how Spencer Rattler. And Spencer Rattler's been very good with ball security this year. It's been very impressive, like the mitigation of the negative plays.
Yep, he's done a nice job.
This style of defense against an offense that does have weapons, that I think has the pieces on the front. I know tackle continues to just be like this mystical myth for Chicago of like a long-term answer at left tackle because they keep shuffling new bodies in there. But I think they have enough pieces to mitigate what New Orleans does well. And then I'm worried about the defense for Chicago at home, potentially creating some minus plays that the Saints have been successful avoiding for the large part with Spencer Rattler. So that's why I'm really in on the Bears to win this game. The show likes the Bears to cover the 5.5 as well. The show has not picked a single dog yet.
Okay.
Until now.
In this next game?
In our next game.
Okay.
The Cleveland Browns are hosting the Miami Dolphins in a matchup of 1-5 football teams. And I want to wind the clocks back for you, Joe. I want to take you back to 2019. There was a Week 6 contest in 2019 between the 0-5 Dolphins and the 0-4 Washington Commanders, or Washington football team. The Commanders won that game 17-16 after the Dolphins went for 2 with 6 seconds left after scoring a touchdown in regulation. I have a feeling this 1-5 matchup versus 1-5 matchup is going to have a similarly stressful experience, and you're going to get to the end. And if you're a fan of either one of those two teams, you're going to say, I don't know if I'm glad that my team won that game or not. Because Washington ended up getting the 2nd overall pick that year. And Miami finished with the 5th overall pick that year.
I'm picking Cleveland. They're at home. And the thing I feel best about in this game is their defense. And I think they can really play the run well. And I think that's going to matter. I think Quinshon Judkins is a bit of a monster. Might be a challenge for Miami. And as long as Dylan Gabriel doesn't come in and just be a pumpkin, I think Cleveland wins at home.
I would pick Miami if we weren't having like a great civil war about player meetings and who's on what side of whether that was okay to say. Like it went into Wednesday player availability on Wednesday. Some guys are like, I don't think it's a big deal. Other guys are like, if you felt offended by it, you're probably one of the guys that wasn't showing up to the meetings. To no, we're going to keep all this in house. Like, you can say all you want. We're focused on the Cleveland. They're not focused on the Cleveland Browns.
I can tell you somebody who
Cleveland's a young, combative team with a lot of young players, and they play with a spunk that I really like.
Yeah.
And Miami shows every week that they have talent, and then as the game presses on, it's like, I just don't think we're all aligned. We're not playing the way we need to.
Scrappy Cleveland team at home against a Dolphins team where it feels like there's turmoil. Speaking of player meetings, I can tell you somebody who doesn't like player meetings. Jeff Zaganina. Not a fan.
Ganina is not a fan.
That was pretty enlightening to listen to him talk about that.
Yes.
A couple days ago.
Was the former Dolphins legend who's on our squad show twice a week. And man, you get him going on something. And I love Scanina because he gives you that. He almost played like 2 decades in the league. He played for a long time.
Million years, dude. Yeah. And coach was 30 years or something.
Yeah. I mean, he was Dallas's defensive line coach last year.
Like it's their regular defensive line coach. Yeah. You're talking to this guy twice a week. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's amazing insight that he gives. And really lucky to have him. And I love hearing his insight on all the locker room stuff. So I'm with you picking Cleveland in the game. I expect Miami now that I've officially said I'm picking Miami to lose to Cleveland, to do the annoying thing and win. And make me have egg on my face for picking against the Dolphins. But I'm with you just from where Cleveland is at, how the team is playing, what the vibes are in Miami right now. The show does not have any calculation for the spread to factor for vibes. So therefore the show says I'm thinking the Dolphins is 2.5-point dogs.
All right, Kyle, we are in a very familiar spot. We've only picked 6 games. We have a lot more to do here in segment 3. The gas pedal will be mashed here in just a moment. Folks, be sure to stick with us. Mazda crafts cars for those who do more than simply move. Mazda delivers confidence with every ride, with more IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus awards than anyone else. From breathwork to footwork, athletes sweat all the details, and Mazda brings this same intention to how we craft every model. You can feel the craftsmanship in every detail, from the metallic accents to available Napa leather upholstery. You can make everyday drives feel like anything but, from smooth handling to intuitive controls. With all-wheel drive standard in every crossover SUV, you can drive with confidence through almost any season. Like our players, we sweat every detail, because when you make every move count, impossible becomes irrelevant. Mazda, move and be moved.
You know what? I'm not deterred, because I look at some of these games that we need to pick, and I feel pretty good about our ability to summarize them succinctly. Like this one, the Carolina Panthers against the New York Jets.
Undeterred.
I am undeterred in our ability to pick 9 games.
Carolina Panthers are going to get to 4-3, aren't they?
I think they are.
Yeah. Panthers, man, they can run the ball. They can stop the run.
Right. And those are the 2 things that the Jets you're worried about.
Right. And we'll see what Justin Fields has got. I don't think it'll be enough.
This game is in New York. So the show actually does like the Jets.
It's in New Jersey.
Yeah, it's in northern New Jersey. The show likes New York plus 1.5. So the show is riding a couple of AFC dogs to cover spreads. They're also on this AFC East team to cover the spread as well. The New England Patriots in Tennessee against the Titans. The show is not buying the fired coach bump.
There's no points for that, right? There's no vibes.
There's no points. Just like there's no points for bad vibes on this methodology. There's no points for the fired coach bump. It has the Patriots -7 beating or covering the Titans by 7 or more.
Yeah, I don't see the path for Tennessee other than a very inspired effort where things go their way. I think these are nightmare matchups on the perimeter for the receivers against those corners. Patriots can stop the run. I don't know how they move the ball and score points. And then I think there's something to the Tennessee defense, but Drake May's the best figure-it-out quarterback in the league right now. Titans lose. Patriots is my pick.
Yeah, Patriots, I'm with you, picking them to win the game. Just not great matchups. And the thing that Tennessee does best, if they get Tavondre Sweat back or not, I know they activated his window. Like, Patriots don't really run the ball with great
Haven't done
success anyway.
Yeah.
Like they're winning without it.
Yeah.
So the Colts and Chargers, big
Banger.
matchup. The Chargers are dressing up like highlighters for this game, wearing those all yellows.
What do you think about them, man?
They look like the Savannah Bananas.
Yeah, the Savannah Bananas are hot, man. That's a big
That's
brand.
fine if you're a caricature Harlem Globetrotter style baseball team. The Chargers are not. They're a football team. So I don't like them.
I like the Chargers at home. I just don't think the Colts have the edge rush in the corners in this game, where I think that could be a stress point. I wish that I felt better about what the Chargers had from the O-line and running back perspective, but I think that's going to be a problem for the Colts in this game in particular, with how Justin Herbert's capable of throwing the football.
I like the vibes for the Colts offensively. That Chargers defense, I mean, that whole team is really banged up, right? They're one of the more banged up teams across the league right now. And they skirted out of Miami with a win after flirting with disaster. The offensive line, they may get Alt back this week, regardless of whether they do or don't. I like Indianapolis' ability to run the ball. You know, that's the concern we have with this Chargers front, right? Is who do they have up front to defend the run? And I think the Colts are going to lean into that. I think they're going to keep the Chargers and Jesse Minter's pressure packages really off balance. I'm picking the Colts. Show likes the Chargers -1.5. The Broncos -7 against Jackson Dart on the road against this defense.
Yeah,
Kamikaze Dart is
Yeah,
probably the best way to describe Jackson right now.
Yeah, I don't think Jackson Dart on the road against this Denver defense with their pass rush is a good idea. And the Giants kind of depleted with some of their pass catchers. I do have some concerns about the Broncos offense in this game, but they're at home, and I'm way more concerned about the Giants offense against that defense.
Yeah, I'm with you. Now, the show actually is going to take the Giants to cover +7, but I'm with you in picking the Broncos to win the game, especially with them being at home. The only kind of wonky thing about it is the Giants have extra rest, and the Broncos played overseas last week and do not have a bye. That's the only weird that tilts things in New York's favor, right?
Yeah, that is interesting, right?
You don't get a lot of those draws. So
the teams get a choice, though, right? I mean,
by and large, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
NFC East matchup, the Commanders versus the Cowboys. The Commanders are on the road and favored by 1.5.
I want to think this is a get-right game for Washington's offense. Like, it just feels like the way that I think the
defense is so bad.
They're so bad. Yeah, I feel that. I think Dak's obviously capable of really putting up a lot of production, but this feels like that get-right game for Washington.
Yeah, I agree with you. Dallas getting the extra rest with Washington playing on Monday night is another thing in their favor, with them obviously being at home. So they have some factors in their advantage, but that Dallas defense, I just can't get there with right now with some of their metrics. They're really struggling. Speaking of really struggling, the Cardinals are at home and they're hosting the Green Bay Packers. Packers.
Yeah, I'm not picking Arizona. It'd be tough for me to pick Arizona to do anything. So
the show likes the Packers -6.5 on the road as well.
Boy, covering a touchdown on the road against what the Cardinals have they lost 4 in a row, right? So they're 2-4.
Mm-hmm.
Started 2-0. Yeah. All right.
Are they this year's New Orleans?
Yeah, it's a good ccall.
Yeah, it's a good call. Gangbusters, and we're like, man, we were really dumb how much we hated the Saints, and then they were awful.
Told you what they were. Yeah.
The 49ers against the Falcons on Sunday Night Football. 49ers favored at home by 1.5.
I mean, you would think that just the 49ers they're getting some of the receivers back, right? That's going to be meaningful.
They don't need them. They got Kendrick Bourne.
Right. The defense for the 49ers, right? Like, you're down Bosa, you're down Warner.
Going against Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, I mean, that's a problem, right? I don't think much of Penix, though.
I don't think much of Penix either. But San Francisco defensively, I have some worries about. And then Atlanta's front, their sack numbers are way up. All those years
They
and
blitz more than any team.
pass rush, right? Like, and it's working. So we're gonna do the yo-yo and it'll just always be on the wrong end of it with Atlanta. But I think I'm gonna pick Atlanta to win the game.
They're a high variance operation because they are very talented. But I think they have like severe limitations at the same time. Like defensively, massive limitations with their size up front, massive limitations at corner opposite of AJ Terrell. Offensively, I think Penix limits their offense. I really do, with just his overall style. He's a very he's a calculated quarterback that has dynamic physical tools.
He was a downfield dynamo at Washington, put into a Zach Taylor, Shanahan West Coast offense style spin.
You could feel it. You could feel that. Yeah.
But with San Francisco missing,
dude,
like they might be getting Kittle back, but still, just all their cornerstone players on defense are out.
They get extra time too. Didn't they play? Yeah, I mean, well, I guess Atlanta played on Monday night. It's not that much extra time. They're at home.
TikTok.
I know. Give me the Niners.
Niners. I'm going with the Falcons. Show likes the Falcons. +1.5. Lions Bucs Monday night football. How do we get these two teams on Monday night? 2 games on Monday night at the same time. This is not right.
Well, no, Falcons. Niners is Sunday night.
No, I'm talking about the 2 games that we have on Monday night.
Yeah, well, it's a true doubleheader. The Texans and Seahawks.
Okay, so we might miss a little bit of the start of the second game, but that's it. Detroit at home hosting the Bucs.
I mean, you got no receiver. Well, I guess Evans practiced today. Lions don't have any DBs, right?
Yeah, it's a really awkward intersection of we don't have this and you don't have that.
Bucs stop the run really well. Detroit's passing game feels like it should be okay. They're at home. Baker.
I like Detroit at home.
Yeah,
it really just comes down to being at home and then Detroit coming off the loss last week.
Yeah.
The show likes Tampa to cover +5.5, which takes us to our last game. The Seahawks at home hosting the Houston Texans we'd have really good teams if it was 7-on-7 bowl.
Yeah, well, I think that's the problem. It's not, and I really like Seattle's front, their pass rush, and I hate C.J. Stroud's ability to mitigate pressure and the offensive line. Give me Seattle at home.
I made that joke without acknowledging both of these defensive fronts are outstanding. It was just more so about the offensive line play for both teams. I want to be abundantly clear. I'm not shading Houston or Seattle's defensive fronts. Their defensive fronts are awesome.
Darnold's playing the best quarterback in the league right now, man.
He is playing very well. And Seattle at home Monday night, I think they'll be riled up. I think that fan base is going to deliver in a big way for a home field advantage. I'm with you picking Seattle, in part because of what Sam is able to do to extend plays and get outside of structure. The show likes Seattle -3.5. So there you go. So you and I are different on Atlanta, San Francisco, Indianapolis, Los Angeles, Jacksonville, LA Rams, and maybe Minnesota, Philadelphia.
It's going to be fun.
It'll be a lot of fun this week. Hope Tim's pleased. That's going to do it for us here today on the show. Kyle Crabbs, Joe Marino. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll talk to you all again tomorrow.